Alrighty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this evening. Before we start, I just want to get something checked on the outside here so that those that are following us online are not a little lost. Guys, thank you for coming through this evening, Thursday night, Puza Thursday, and you've chosen to come here. So hats off to you, and to all of you who are watching us live from around the country this evening. We've got teams all over the place, so a big shout out to you. I'm glad to have you with us this evening. We're going to be spending some time looking at DuePoint. That's where you're at this evening. Important to note is that DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. So you might not have heard of DuePoint before, but by the end of this presentation, you'll understand a little bit better why. But it starts with the fact that we're a division of this company here, Constantia. Constantia is a 66-year-old insurance company, started in 1952. This is not a new business. We're not something that's just blown in from offshore, from China or Russia or something like that, that's about to disappear 5 minutes later. We have been here for 7 decades. We are, of course, listed and licensed and an authorized financial and services provider. There's our FSP license. If you go onto the internet, wherever you are this evening, you will find everything you need to know about Constantia, listed on the JSE under Conduit Capital and on all the regulators' websites. Many people say to us, I'm not going to believe in it. I'm not going to believe in it until I have seen the bricks and mortar. I need to see the office. Okay, so for all of you who are far away, you can see the real stuff here. See, it's a real screen, there's a real wall. The back of these heads here, not cardboard cutouts. These are real people over here that you can see on the camera. And so, folks, I promise you do not need to come here to see that we are real. Everything about us is online, including this video that you're watching that shows you that we are quite real. At the end of the day, the other thing that's quite real about us is our people. This is a real business made up of real people. I don't know why I have to say that, but we live in a world these days where I read in the newspaper about companies that are founded by people who exist on Facebook only. They're not real. Other people have made their profiles and like full words in for them during the day, so it makes them look real. Guys, we're a real company with real people. You can come here Monday through Saturday and find us right here in this office. You can pick up a phone wherever you are around the country and call our client service team. At the end of the day, we want you to have confidence in who you're dealing with here. This is not like something you've seen before. This is something completely unique, and I think you'll agree with me by the time I'm finished with you this evening. So what is it that we do here? Well, we've got 2 objectives. Our primary objective is that we want to put into the hands of the average South African the ability to create wealth, not to create money. You see, you might have been stuck in presentations before where they want to make money for you by making you sell things. You see, we don't sell anything here at DuePoint because that does not create wealth. Wealth is money that is there every month on a steadfast, reliable, recurring basis. Wealth can be planned on, forecasted on, and rested on as time passes. This cannot be achieved through the sale of something. It needs to be achieved through a different methodology. And we believe that we have created a tool that does that. In addition, wealth puts you back in control of your income. Right now, you do not have any control over your income. You might think you do, but you're probably employed. And if you're employed, you know that there's somebody else that's going to tell you how much you can earn. There's someone else going to tell you what your raise is going to be. There's someone else going to tell you if you're promoted or not. And we know by sheer experience here in South Africa that whatever increase you're going to get is going to be less than the increase in costs in our economy, is it not? That's the other thing that we're not in control of, is our economy. Any of you got an increase on the 1st of April when the VAT was increased? No, you didn't. Why not? All the prices went up by 7% that day. How come you didn't get a 7% raise? You see what I mean? Now, how much has petrol gone up by? Petrol's gone up 3 times already this year, hey? 3 times already. This last one is taking us close to 16 Rand a litre. We know that petrol affects the price of everything. Everything is affected by the price of it. That means everything's going to go up now. And you guys didn't get an increase on that either, did you? No, you see how we are not in control. We are not in control of our economy, and we're not in control of our income. But when you can create wealth with our tool, we put you back in control. That then means that we can start pulling you out of these sorts of systems. I don't have to give you a lecture on debt. You're experts. You're all professional debtors. If I opened your wallets, you'd prove it to me. Every one of you knows more about debt than just about anybody else on the planet. In fact, the rest of the world looks to South Africa for ideas on how to raise debt because we have got so good. I'm not joking, that's an actual fact. We are so good at it because in order for us to survive, we've had to get this sort of stuff in place. Now, if we can create wealth for you, we can start eradicating the need for things like debt. That's our primary objective. Our secondary objective here at DuePoint is to be able to get you to participate again and benefit again in the financial services space in South Africa. It is the most regulated corner of our economy, and as a result, about 1% of South Africans can actually participate in it. And we believe that with our tool, we've opened the window and allowed South Africans back into that space. With those two objectives put together, we have created what we call the DuePoint system. Now, the DuePoint system allows you as an individual to contract with us as what we call a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, you don't sell, you don't advise, you don't market or advertise. None of those things you do. What you do as a wealth engineer is you connect individuals to us. That's it. You just connect people to us. By connecting people to us, you allow us to penetrate the market as an insurance company in a way that we couldn't have done with traditional forms of marketing. We can reach people who are not responding to billboards and TV adverts and XYZ, and we can get to them and sell our products to them. When we do that, of course, we create greater revenue for ourselves, and it's that revenue that we use to create an extra recurring income for you. Not a once-off transactional cash sale amount. No, we want recurring income. How do we do that? Well, all of our products are lifestyle and financial services products, which mean they run on automatic debit orders, which means that every month, no matter what you're doing, you might be sick in hospital, you might be lying on the beach, you might be totally overworked at work. It doesn't matter. You're not running back to your friend to beg them to buy again. You're not having to try and do some kind of advertising or move stock that's going off in your fridge. There's none of that. Our systems raise. And when they raise those debit orders, that income comes in. Your extra income is created. This is real wealth that we start to produce. We then wrap this in a system that allows you as an individual to leverage others. Number one excuse for not becoming a wealth engineer: I don't have time. Congratulations, you're now part of the biggest club in the country, the club of I don't have time. Folks, nobody's got time in South Africa. We know this. I mean, look at us. It's Thursday night and we're all sitting here. We're not at home relaxing or on our yacht in the Mediterranean. We don't have time. So we built a system that recognizes that. Not only does it create wealth for you, but it starts buying your time back by allowing you to leverage others. When you leverage others, like a boss leverages its employees, he can't do as much as all of his employees can do in a day. You're able to create what we call channels at DuePoint, which mean that you're able to start creating wealth 24 hours a day in our system. You see, this is not employment. We're not employing anyone here. It's a tool. It's a system. We place it in your hands, and independent of us, you use it. You can use it a little bit, or you can use it a lot. That is completely up to you at the end of the day. It is something you add to your life. It's not something that takes over your life. It's added to your life. And everybody and anyone can do it because there is no financial risk in becoming a wealth engineer. We do not charge you for being a wealth engineer. You're not paying for a box of goodies because we're not selling any goodies. There's no starter fee, like you just have to pay $5,000 and you're in. There's none of that with us. There's no application form fees. There's no monthly fees, admin fees, marketing fees. There's none of these things in our system. And that means that tonight, becoming a wealth engineer is not a financial risk decision. The confidence we're trying to create in you is that, first of all, you're dealing with a long-standing, legitimate insurance company. And second of all, we're not here to take your money. And that's a big thing. I want you to remember that throughout tonight, because we had this, one of our fantastic wealth engineers, her husband said, wait, somebody is going to lose money soon. Just wait. And like 2.5 years later, she's still like, when are we going to start losing money? Because we don't take money from you. You're not in a position where you lose. If you had to buy stock, you're immediately in a loss-making position. With us, we'd get rid of that. In addition, because you're not selling, we contract you out of it. And because you're not advertising, you're not brokers, you're not agents, you're not intermediaries, anybody of any experience or education can be involved with us as a wealth engineer. Everybody is able to connect people to us. And it means that everybody is able to start creating an asset that produces the wealth for them. You see, because you create teams that generate recurring income in our system, you now have something that can be priced. And when you can price something, you can sell it. In our system, you can sell your channels. And when you pass away one day, your channel and the income it produces will automatically transfer over to your children. And so what we have created here as a generational insurance company is a generational legacy of income. Instead of leaving behind debt behind us, which is what we do every single generation, isn't that what you got from your parents and what you're leaving to your children? The debt. Instead of that, we're going to leave behind a flow of income, an asset, a wealth that they can pick up, live off of, and grow further during their lifetime and hand on to your grandchildren in the future. This kind of generational legacy is key to what we are creating here at DuePoint. We've also created the system in a way that should not embarrass you. That's the big thing these days. There's a lot of stigma. People have been through a lot of different kinds of systems and stuff over the last 30 or 40 years in South Africa, and people are generally embarrassed. I don't want to sell anything to my friends. I like being friends with them. I don't want to lose them as my friends. Well, folks, we have designed the system so that that does not ever occur in your life. In fact, we have built everything here at DuePoint so that you can be proud of what we are and what we're doing here. The exact opposite sensation of what you might have felt somewhere else. First of all, you don't have to sell anything. So if you said, I don't have the personality for this, don't stress. You don't need any personality here. We contract you out of selling, you're out of it. There's no stock, so you're not carrying around creams and milkshakes and pills and all. There's none of that. And there's no presenting. You see, there's only two people that do the presentation at DuePoint, and that's Rob and myself. And with our technology, we're in your pockets 24 hours a day. You never ever have to convince someone. You never have to gather them in a room to do a presentation. That's what we do here at DuePoint. And that leaves you with the one task you do need to do. The one simple task, and that is the task of connecting individuals to us. How do you do that? Well, there's 4 ways of doing it. The first way is you can run outside, you can get and purchase one of our USB sticks. It's 170 Rand once off, and you've got our presentations in your pocket 24 hours a day. You plug it into a TV or a computer, and you're ready for a way. The second way that you can connect people to us is through this audience, the studio that we have here. Every single day, Monday through Saturday, night times, lunch times, mornings, we present out of here. You can jump onto our website, look at the schedule, pick a day that works for you, a time that works for you, and just bring your friends and your acquaintances here, and we will do the presentation for you. The third way of you connecting people to us is through our YouTube channel. If you go to the internet, go to YouTube, search DuePoint, you'll find our channel there. And on our channel, you'll find every single presentation we have ever done. You can go pick your favorites. Mine are much better than Rob's, so you'll probably want to pick mine. And you can connect people to DuePoint with me 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. Doesn't matter what day it is, YouTube is still open. Christmas Day, Christmas dinner. You can turn YouTube on, and there we are, connecting individuals to you. And then the last way of connecting people to us is through our live broadcasts. Every single one of our presentations, including this one, is broadcast across the country, which means that 2 to 3 times a day, you can be connected into the heart of this business by simply pulling out your phone, a tablet, or your computer at work, clicking play, and connecting people to us live in the room with us. In every way, we have made this system convenient for you, and in every way, we've allowed you to connect people to us. And as you do, some of them are going to catch the vision of what we're trying to do here, and they're going to become wealth engineers. And when they do, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These folk are going to go out and do exactly the same thing. They're going to connect individuals to us. Some of them are going to catch the vision, and again, we're going to allocate them to you. This process over time allows you to expand, to create a team, a channel across the country of South Africa. We see it happening on a daily basis here at DuePoint. We then come along as DuePoint, not you. We come along and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel, and your income is now born. Now, folks, what's very important to note is that this is not a pyramid scheme, it's not a Ponzi scheme, and it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I apologize for the last one. I know that most of you came here this evening hoping to get rich quickly. It is what most South Africans are looking for, because we are desperate. We are desperate to change our circumstances. But you will find that we do the exact opposite here. What we do is we get rich slowly but permanently here at DuePoint. Not quickly, but for just this week. We see it all the time. We see the pictures on the internet. We see the pictures on the WhatsApp groups. Look at me. I'm XYZ, gone tomorrow. Poof. That's not what we do here. We create permanent wealth that changes lives forever. That means it's going to take some time. That's the price you pay at DuePoint, is time. It's going to take time, it's going to take energy, it's going to take thought and persistence. No one should ever tell you it's easy work. It's not. You're dealing with people. People are terribly disappointing creatures. They will let you down in the most remarkable way. In fact, we are drawing up a book of all the excuses, of all the ways people can let you down. We didn't realize there were so many. But if you've got a thick enough skin and you are willing to put time into this, you allow us to start the process of creating wealth for you. We do that first by facilitating the purchase of our products. We've got 3 products. Our first one is our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan costs you 324 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products. Your first one is your very own tax-free investment account, of which we take 100 Rand a month and we put it in that investment account for you. It's yours, that 100 Rand. There's no waiting periods on it. It takes about 5 to 7 days to them to cash out the shares and put it back into your hands, but it's your money. For the remaining 224 Rand, we give you 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. This means that when you pass away from an accident, which you're statistically going to do, don't believe for a minute you're going to die from an illness. I'm just looking around you. No, there's no one here I would guess that's over 65. If you're over 65, you've got a high chance of dying of an illness. If you're under 65, go to Stats SA. They're going to tell you you're going to get shot, run over, car accident, these kind of things. That's what kills South Africans under 65. When that happens to you, we give your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand. Not 20,000, not 30,000, 120,000 Rand. Our second product is 249 Rand a month. It's our Wealth Guard product. It gives you 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover for 249 Rand a month. It doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter what job you do, doesn't matter what your pre-existing conditions are, and without a waiting period, 1 month's payment, and you have 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. You see, our products have been designed to allow you to build channels. You see, if we wanted to sell our products, we could sell them through any one of our other divisions and UMAs at Constantia. Here, we want the products to create wealth for you. If they're going to do that, it means that everybody that you connect to us must be able to purchase these products. And that's what we've created with our products here. Our third product is our Wealth Points product. Our Wealth Points product is 299 Rand a month. And for that, you get access to all of our suppliers. We're a 7-decade-old insurance company. We got suppliers in the retail industry, motor industry, data industry. My goodness, it's gyms, entertainment, travel agencies. You name it, we got suppliers. And with all of them, we've got different things negotiated. Some we've got discounts, some we've got services, some we've got special packages, some we've got special account managers that you could not get as individuals. You now get access to all of them every month for 299 Rand with our Wealth Points program. It is the product that's been designed to help you change your spend every month, to reduce it, get more for less. We've got lots of wonderful testimonies of people using this product. Go into our YouTube channel and see them quite by themselves, talking about how they've used this product to change their monthly spend with us. All right, now how do we normally connect to you in the traditional space? Banking and insurance, how do we get you to respond to us? We generally run TV adverts, billboards, radio adverts, SMS campaigns, web campaigns, bathroom campaigns. We'll run adverts everywhere. Costs the industry over R1 billion a year to try and get you to connect to us. But you'll probably know and admit that these days that sort of advertising doesn't really move you much anymore. If you drive home tonight, I want you to now consciously count how many billboards you see between here and home. You will lose count. There will be so many, and yet on the way here you probably didn't see one. We don't respond anymore to that. But how did we used to pay for that? How do we still pay for that? Well, we build it into the price of your products. Every month that you pay your banking fees, your car insurance, your funeral cover, every time you pay for that, 30 to 50% of it is going to next month's TV adverts you're paying. Half at least is going to the marketing distribution costs of that product. Now here at DuePoint we've done a similar thing. The only difference is we don't do any advertising. You are never ever going to see an advert for DuePoint. That's why you've never heard of us before tonight. What we do instead is we use you. You go out and you connect individuals to us. And that means instead of spending all that money on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, etc., we now have that marketing and distribution cost available to us for us to distribute into you and your channel. This allows us to create wealth for you in 2 ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you 27.50 Rand for every product payment made in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment was made. So for instance, you go out, you chat to some of your friends. Some of them become wealth engineers. We raise the debit order, they pay for their product, and you get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. 55 Rand for every product every month that payment's made. Now, In the beginning, I used to think this was incredibly generous. 55 Rand, the systems I'd seen would give you a Rand, 5 Rand 50, 12 Rand 26, but I have had people come to me and say, no, no, no. Over here on this website, it says that if I sell the pot, I'll get 450 Rand. Okay, and that's a lot more than 55 Rand. Yes, folks, you may sell the pot and get 450 Rand once. You'll get it once. There's a party outside. You'll get it once. What we do at DuePoint is every month that debit order is raised, every month that it's paid, you get 55 Rand. Very quickly you get to 450 Rand, and then it carries on and on and on. We have created wealth, not right now cash. I put 450 Rand in your hands tonight. How long do you think it's going to last? I reckon by the time you get home tonight, it'll be at about 150 Rand. Then by tomorrow morning, it'll be 50. You won't know what happened while you're sleeping, but the 100's gone. It's like water in your hands. That's what my grandmother used to say to me. She said, money's like water in your hand. You pour the water in, doesn't matter how you cup it. It's leaking, boy. It's leaking out the bottom. We have to create a jug that's going to pour the water in every month. That's what we do here. So we won't give you 450 Rand. We give you 55 Rand every month that the payment is made. That's proper wealth that we've created for you. Now, in a sense, we put you back in control because these individuals can take more than one product. If they take 2, you get 110 Rand. If they take 3, you get 165 Rand. You're in control of this income that you are creating for yourself. These folk go out, they talk to some of their friends. Some of their friends become wealth engineers, not all of them, just some of them, and they make their product payments. Again, you're going to get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 50, look at this example. You have been here 5 minutes. You've put half a dozen people into your channel, and you are now earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand a year. 12,000 Rand a year. You're not rich yet, but you've got an extra 1,000 Rand a month coming in, and you really have done nothing here at DuePoint. And again, lots of testimony on our YouTube channel of people doing that, being astounded by it. They were like, no, Brendan, we didn't believe it was possible. We thought we'd just give it a go. We'd see what happens. We put 5 people in, and you put 2,800 Rand in my account. I love it. There's one fantastic testimony on our YouTube channel where the guy got 4,800 Rand in his account, and he called up the person who connected him to us and said, what the hell's going on here? You know, where the police are going to arrive here in a minute. What's going on? It's real what we do here. This is real. And we often say to our wealth engineers, until people have seen the money in their account, they won't believe it. Well, as I said, go and watch the people who were staggered when they went, hang on, the money's actually in my account. This is not something from overseas. This is a listed insurance company that's been here for 66 years. When we tell you we're going to pay you, we generally do. Okay, so you're now in a position where every month you're getting $1,000. Just off of the effort of this. You do a little bit more time, put a little bit more energy in, and your channel continues to grow. You now earn on a diminishing basis down to the 8th point, but there's no limit to how much income you can create. You see, from the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of 27 Rand 50 for every product in your channel, no matter how big it is, as long as you qualify to earn. Learn how to qualify to earn, speak to the person who brought you here, or jump onto our YouTube channel. Really simple system on how to qualify to earn. And once you've watched that video, you'll know how we've created generational legacy. You'll know how you can build a channel 25 points big. You can hand it over to your children, they can build it to 50 points big, and so on, and earn on the entire channel. No limit to how much your earning potential is here at DuePoint. All right, so what is it in rands and cents? Let's talk about the money right now. It's hard to know when I show you that other diagram what you can earn. Well, it's even harder for me to explain it to you when you ask me the direct question, because I don't know how much you're going to earn. Every one of you is going to build and use this tool in a different way. Some of you are going to put loads of effort in, and it's going to be life-changing almost immediately. Some of you will put a medium amount in, and some of you will do absolutely nothing. I will have said something wrong tonight, and you will leave doing nothing. And that always makes me very sad, so I try my best not to say something wrong. In fact, we had a lady the other night. She just walked straight out the front door. I'm still bleeding from it. Anyway, she just stomped right out of it. I don't know what she thought she'd come to, but anyway. Folks, if we do some mathematics on about 20 years worth of data that we have, this is not our first rodeo, we know what we're talking about, and we put some actuaries together and we pull some numbers out, we come up with what we think you can use as realistic milestones in how much you can earn here at DuePoint. We start with a growth rate formula. How fast are you going to grow? I need to know that. That growth rate formula we use is called 3 plus 2. You can grow at any rate you like, but for this maths, we use 3 plus 2. It says in your first month with us, you are responsible for putting 3 people in your channel. 3. Okay. Last month, if anybody saw the movers and shakers, top person put 27 people in. They missed my presentation. I told them they just have to put 3 in, okay? But we were asking you to put 3 people in an entire month. In an entire month. And then every month thereafter, we want you to put just 2 in. Just 2, but you got to do it. You have to do it. Every month, you've got to bring 2 people and put them into your channel. It's 1 every 15 days. It's really not a big ask. But where the big ask comes in is in your commitment to that process. You see, you can't skip any months. You can't stop working because your dad laughed at you. You can't stop because your brother stopped paying. You've got to keep going. People often come to me and say, but Brendan, people don't stick. They do stick at a certain percentage. We know what that percentage stick rate is. You're worried about the guys that fell off. You forget about the guys that are sticking. Concentrate on them, not on the guys that fall off, and suddenly you'll find a lot of joy in your life, because it's very miserable watching the guys go, oh, I'm going to put 10,000 people in your channel. He never pays once. You know, that'll just break your heart. So ignore him. Focus on the people who quietly come in and start growing. Okay, but now if you can keep putting your 2 in month after month after month, and you do that for 6 months, 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. We reckon you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month. Every month. It's a lot more than the 450 Rand for the pot, and you get it every single month. It's 30,000 Rand a year. 30,000 Rand a year. This is extra income you've added to your lifestyle. You're not rich, but you are settling debts. You are bridging the gap between what you earn at work and what you need to survive. And you've done it in 6 months with us. Not 6 days, not 6 weeks, and not when the first 6 people didn't pay. You've done it with 6 months of adding 2 and adding 2 and adding 2. If you can push beyond that and keep putting the 2 in for a year with us, 1 year. So it's this time next year. World Cup is 1 year old. Okay? When you've done that, we think you can reasonably expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. You can see how different we are from Facebook. Facebook and Google would have you on 100,000 Rand in 3 months, wouldn't they? That's what they promise you, because they know that that's what we're looking for. They'll promise you houses. They'll promise you, education and trips and languages and all sorts of funny things like that. They'll promise you things and say you'll have it in 5 minutes. Folks, nobody gets it in 5 minutes. Otherwise, we'd all have it, wouldn't we? No, what we do is we build it slowly but permanently. 1 year with us, and you're now on 120,000 Rand a year. That's what you're on with us. It's an extra 10 grand a month. How does your life change with an extra 10 grand every month? How does it change? Think about it. Don't think I'm making this as like a marketing ploy. I promise you, maybe I sound like a marketing guy, but I'm not. I'm a chartered accountant. This is just mathematics based on you working and our industry. We put those 2 together, and 12 months of your persistence should see you on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. Now, if you can do a year with us, you're probably going to do 2 years. You probably are. I think our data's already proven it. And if you can do 2 years with us, that will rise to about 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. 360,000 Rand a year. You've had to put 2 full years in. You couldn't skip any months, even your birthday month, you weren't allowed to take off. You had to keep putting your 2 people in every month. But as you've done that, and we've built our maths into it, we believe that you are now earning what most people will never earn in their lifetime. An extra 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. Life is very different at this stage. 3 years down, and that rises to about 45,000 Rand a month. If you can do 4 years with us, it'll be about 60,000 Rand a month. And if you can do 5 years with us, half a decade, 60 months, we reckon you'll be on about 80,000 to 100,000 Rand a month. There's your Facebook number. There's your website numbers. The ones promised you in 3 months, I'm telling you, it'll take 5 years. Now, we've been around a good couple of years, so we know. We know that when people get to about year 2.5, they start getting weak in the knees. Because 2.5 years is a long time when you're in it. But when you're out of it, it's nothing. Think back on the last 5 years. It's like 5 minutes these days. I mean, I can't believe there have been 2 World Cups since our 2010 World Cup here. 2. I mean, I remember sitting in the stadium still, the F&B Stadium, like yesterday. And yet, 8 years have passed. When you're out of it, it's easy. When you're in it, it's hard. And so we say to you, the thing that you're going to have to be at DuePoint if you want to create lifetime permanent wealth is persistent. You're going to have to be persistent. That +2 has to happen every month, and it doesn't matter who pays and who doesn't pay and who mocks you, who doesn't mock you, who falls off and runs to the next shiny thing. It doesn't matter. It's your persistence that sees you out. 5 years from now, you're earning R1 million a year. R1 million a year. How many people in South Africa earn R1 million? About 35,000 people. It's less than 0.5%. In 5 years' time, you can get yourself there in this system. You're not selling pots and pans and milkshakes. And this is real wealth of perpetual and accrued income that you have created for yourself in our system. Now, are people doing this on the ground? Absolutely, people are doing it. As I said, this is not our first year as DuePoint. We've got people on the ground doing it. And we show you everybody. We show you the guys that are doing well. We show you the guys that are doing badly. We show you and everybody in between. We want to show you everything so that you know where you fit in. You see, some of the mistakes that people have made in the past is they've seen some guy shooting the lights out and gone, no, I'm going to be that next guy. And then they're not that, and then they quit because they're not the guy that was shooting the lights out. Guys, every one of us has got a different set of circumstances. You measure yourself against yourself in the DuePoint system. There's no timelines or deadlines. You choose what you're going to do with this tool and how you're going to change your life. Just recently, this last Tuesday, in fact, we had our latest set of folk that we put on stage from around the country talking about how they're creating wealth with our returns program. We had Tanashi here. Tanashi's been with us for a year, but she admitted she's really only been working since January. So it's really 5 months that she's been with us properly. And in that 5 months, she's created a channel worth about 60,000 Rand a year. In 5 months. Now, she also missed my presentation. In my presentation, I'm very clear. I say, you should be on about 2,500 Rand after 6 months. Not 5,000 after 5 months. But again, she picked up the tool and did what she wanted with the tool and has created 60,000 Rands worth of income every year going forward in 5 months with us. She has leveraged 13 people that she has put into her business and got active to create a channel now that's over 200 people big. 13 people. Do you think you could find 13 people? In 5 months, I'll give you 5 months to find 13 people. Do you think you could do it? Some of you are not sure. Maybe 10. You know, no, 13 people she's leveraged to create a channel of 203 people, and she's earning $5,000 a month with us at the moment. Then we've got Kuena. She's been with us for 5 months exactly since January. Since January, she's been with us, and in that time, she's created a channel that's worth 6,000 Rand a month. In 5 months. In 5 months, 72,000 Rand a year. You see, we all want the 100,000 Rand a month. I want the boats and the house and the car. We know that that's what we all want. But what do we actually need in South Africa right now? Would an extra 6,000 Rand start meeting some of your needs? How different does things get with an extra 72,000 Rand a year? Very different. That is what we are doing here. We are creating that kind of wealth. Then we had Mavuma up on stage as well. He's been with us for 18 months, been working hard. He's one of our hard-working guys. He's got a full-time job, comes all the way from Auckland Park to here when he does join us here in the evenings, and he lives in Alberton, so he's going to drive back to there afterwards. He works hard. I'm going to need to explain to him how to use our technology. He doesn't need to. But anyway, he works hard, and over that period of time, he's created a channel worth 14,000 Rand a month. 14,000 Rand a month. I said 2 years you should be on about 27,000 Rand. So he's pretty much on track. He's pretty much on track after 18 months. In addition, over that 18 months, he's earned 137, let's call it 140,000 Rand from DuePoint. I mean, worst case scenario, we fold up shop tomorrow and disappear. He got an extra 140,000 Rand. That was his worst case scenario. That was his worst case scenario. He didn't have to buy any stock. He didn't have to learn another language. He didn't have to try and hunt someone down in a different country. He didn't have to do any of that. In the 18 months he's been with us, he's got 140,000 Rand out of DuePoint. And right now, every month, he earns again and again and again as he builds his channel and his wealth with us here at DuePoint. Folks, go to our YouTube channel. You're going to find it all there. Some of the guys earning a couple hundred Rand a month. We'll show you them. Some earning a couple thousand, tens of thousands, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 Rand. They're all there on the YouTube channel. Go and watch their stories and decide what it is that you want. Because if you don't have an idea of what you want, then it gets hard to use this tool. But I think that every one of you does know what you want. You want out of the circumstances you're in right now. And the problem for all of us is that getting out of our circumstances requires work. It requires work. And that's what we're going to have to do here. And I'm not going to give you the shiny version. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's going to require work and time. But if you do, your life can look like this if you want. And more, way more. There's no limit to what it is. So ladies and gentlemen, that's DuePoint. Everything you need to know I've told you already. Everything I tell you from now is just extra. If you want to become a wealth engineer with us tonight, go to our website, DuePoint.net, click the apply button, fill out the form. It'll take you 5 minutes, and not a cent will leave your wallets this evening. and you're a wealth engineer. And you can start tonight building your channels of wealth with us here at DuePoint. If you're serious, get the tools. If you struggle with data, get the USB stick. If you struggle to connect people, get the business cards. If your phone is perpetually on 1 or 2% battery life, get the backup battery, because your entire business is built off of your phone. This is where you build your wealth at DuePoint. All happens on your phone. So get the tools. We've got a whole bunch of other tools as well. We've got pads for you to draw on. Some of you guys like drawing pictures. And they used to come to the counter and say, I need a piece of paper. So we got you a pad. 25 Rand, you've got a DuePoint marked up pad. It's got our contact details on it, perfect for drawing. All sorts of stuff. Go and look in our glass cabinet, find them there. The prices are on the counter. And if you're out of town, call client service or send us an email at info@duepoint.net and we'll send it to you. Get the tools. They make you money, not us. Folks, we're live on Facebook every day. 50% of the content we produce every day is on Facebook only. If you're not on Facebook with us, you're missing out on half this business with us. Find us on Facebook, like us, follow us, and get cracking on that side. We've got a competition running at the moment. Go to the Facebook site, just go through the videos, find the one where we give you the details of the Facebook competition, an opportunity for you to get some cash next week, Friday. Next week, Friday. Get on it. It's not too late for anybody. Get on and follow us and like us and make sure you're connected to the heart of this business. YouTube, subscribe. It's where everything happens at DuePoint. All of our presentations and our videos are there. It's free to subscribe. Please go and do it. And then, guys, download our free app onto your phone, onto your tablet, is how you do this business. It connects you into your channel in real time. 24 hours a day, second by second, you can see what's going on. All your training is there, and I beg you to do it. Click the tools button at the bottom and do the training. Then you'll understand how to do this business and everything else. Your personal documentation and everything's all on that app. So don't leave without it wherever you are this evening. Folks, we know that you might not know how to do this. That could be your last reason for worrying about becoming a wealth engineer. Don't worry. We have a training program. It's called our XP Rewards training program. We take you by the hand and we show you how to do this business. Step by step, we get you to expert wealth creator with us here at DuePoint. And as you complete the steps with us, we give you and award you with experience points, XP points. They're not worth rands and cents. They're just a measure of your experience with us. As you accumulate experience with us, naturally your channel starts growing, and where you meet those two criteria in our training program, we rank you up. And when we rank you up, we reward you. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash. You can get it quickly if you put your mind to it. It can be this month already that you can get some of this cash. But as you get more serious, more experienced, well, so does the cash start getting very, very serious in this business. This is in addition to those returns we were talking about earlier. Then from rank 5, we start to equip you with tools. At rank 5, it is an imported lightning memory stick from the US. It's got all of our presentations and downloads on it, and you can connect anyone, anytime, on any device with it in South Africa. Then at rank 7, we give you a 12,500 Rand set of imported business cards. They are gold gilded, not gold printed, gold gilded, and they are custom made for you. We don't believe there's a better set in South Africa today. Nobody's ever been able to bring me a business card that looks better and feels better than what we create for you. We give it to you at rank 7 because it connects people to DuePoint. And then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, every year that you do, we take you and your family away on a 1-week holiday, 5-star business class, all expenses paid. I sometimes lose people at this stage. They now go, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. This is all nonsense. It's all rubbish. This is too farcical now to believe. Folks, we go every year. I don't have to show you stock footage from the internet. I can show you the real stuff. We go every year. This year's hotel is booked. The air tickets are waiting. They are waiting for those that will go rank 9 and come with us. Now, you become rank 9 once. As long as you maintain your channel size, every year that you do, you come away with us again and again and again. This is part of a huge lifestyle change that we start creating for wealth engineers. No pot will create this lifestyle change for you. Only true wealth can create this for you. If you're able to reach rank 9 whenever, there's no timeline or deadline. If you make it in the year that we go, whatever year it is you go rank 9, you come with us. And every year thereafter, your Decembers look a little bit like this.
Gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the old.
right, so the question is, will you be with us at the end of the year? Will you be with us at the end of next year or the year after? You see, it doesn't matter if you missed this year. Already half the year's gone. It's tricky to get to rank 9. Rank 9 is hard work. If you're adding 2 people a month, it's going to take you 19 months to get there. That's 2 years. That means you're not coming with us this year. That's fine. You might still make it for next year. But the record to rank 9 is 5 months. You can get to rank 9 in 5 months. I'm waiting for the record to fall. I'm waiting for someone to get there quicker. It's completely up to you, and you can get there somewhere in between as well. We have people that have gone rank 9 in a year. We've got them that went rank 9 in 10 months. It's all up to you at the end of the day, and you don't have to worry. This is not a competition. It's not like there's a cutoff date. People who say, when's the cutoff date? There's no cutoff date. We go every year. When you are rank 9 in the year we go, you come with us. And if you can maintain your channel size, you come with us every year thereafter. This is something we've created to change the lifestyle of South Africans. At rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not financed through us. We don't rent it to you, and we don't give it to you and take it away. It's your car. You will use this car, we hope, to build your freedom and your control again back in this life. Folks, this Saturday morning, we're doing an interactive training session. We call it a Teamworks meeting at 11:30. Wherever you are around the country, tune in. It will be live broadcast. It is the perfect opportunity for you to bring all your new wealth engineers from this week and all your guests from Saturday morning's 10 o'clock presentation into this room or wherever you may be and have an interactive training session with us. If any of your wealth engineers are here, you're welcome to send them questions via WhatsApp. You can also email us your questions. That is the opportunity this week for you to become an expert straight out the gates at doing this business. If you're interested this evening in this business, don't sign up now and not be here on Saturday morning. It's 45 minutes of your time that you will find incredibly valuable. Incredibly valuable. So make every effort to be here. If I'm not mistaken, it's me that's doing it this Saturday. So come and join me in the room and let's make it happen at 11:30. Guys, I think you can see how serious we are about this business. This is not like something you've seen before. It is something that has been uniquely designed for the South African context by South Africans. And we believe that right now it's the only economically viable solution for the average South African. You might have questions and concerns. That's completely natural. Come and ask us those questions. Ask the people who brought you those questions. But don't leave here tonight without this tool. Pick it up and start using it to change your future, to make a different life. If you're unhappy with your circumstances, do something to get out of them. Take this tool and start using it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you outside, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live tonight.